Hello.
WandaVision. Well, WandaVision.
Hey, everybody. We're here. We're on the Kids on the Escalator Network. We're doing our breakdown for WandaVision. I think I said like episode 7 online, but it's episode 8 that we're going to talk about here today. I'm Chris. This is Lonnie. She's my wife and the producer of the Kids on the Escalator Network. We have guitar lessons. We have guitar lessons in chat. We have a pop culture podcast, and we do things like this where we just talk about the pop culture and stuff. Do we need to turn off the HD here?
Why? Oh, is it like being lag again?
Yeah. Just got to turn off our HD here, folks.
Sorry.
1 second. Sorry about that.
I don't know why it does that.
The dog's
I
freaking
had
out.
to put new camera in. Hold on a second.
So we're going to fix this up in 2 seconds here. I got my Deadpool shirt on. Even though Deadpool's not in this episode of WandaVision.
Let's try this one.
People were wondering if WandaVision was going to go on. It's not. It's going to branch into something else. This is going to build into a bigger beast. Because WandaVision's building up. We all know that. And we've seen some rad things. I've got a lot of predictions right. If you looked on the Kids on the Escalator podcast, or if you've watched our last video, that's better. We may have, if you've watched these before, you know that we have animals that are nuts. So my dog maybe, he's 18 and maybe exploding off the couch in a minute here. So
Yes.
we'll just see what happens,
Bit
how
of a
it
zoo.
goes. You can see some part of my Vision Scarlet Witch comic book collection behind me, which is very, very rad. So we had episode 8. And first of all, we should talk about the new microphone we got. We have a new blue microphone.
Yeah. Finally came in.
Yeah. So tell them about the microphone.
It's from Blue. It's called the Blue Yeti. Here it is here. And it actually does a lot of functions.
Get back there. There you go. Now talk again. Go for it.
Okay, so yeah, it has like you can do it in press a button and it'll change the directional function of it. So whether you're in like we have it facing both of us, so that it's just
It's directional.
Yeah, directional.
You can spin the direction around from side to side. But the thing about doing a podcast is a lot of people think you just hook up a microphone and go, wow. You can do that, but it'll sound like crap. So this has helped out. Lonnie, being a producer, you're mentioning one thing that the Blue mic did for you personally as being a producer was got rid of many of the wires that you had here. Right?
Yeah, the wires. And also we were having issues with our audio box. And I always having to adjust it.
It was a big pain in the butt,
yeah,
right?
and this automatically adjusts it for you. It's all more computerized.
It is. So thanks, Blue.
Yes,
so
thank
this
you
is the
very much.
Yeti.
Yeti X.
This is the Yeti X.
Blue
So
Yeti
we're
X.
now in the Blue family here.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate
It's
it.
awesome.
So let's talk about what we were supposed to talk about. Although they just appreciate the mic so much. So we're talking about the comic books behind us, and more so the show, episode 8. So we got one left. Wow, it's going to be a huge episode. This is crazy, all the stuff that's left. So we've got that Agatha was behind it all along.
Yes.
It was Agatha all along. Yeah, hang on. I got to grab the dog here. Whoops.
Oh, yeah. He likes to get up and down. He's 18. And he's just going to walk around. So if you hear the clickety-clack, it's just our dog.
He's
Like,
nuts.
it's
He's
a-
old.
yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a zoo here. So let me play this little clip of, because you were talking about Agatha.
Yep.
And we're
It
going
was
to talk
Agatha
about,
all along.
Yeah, and we're going to show a little, just 2 little scenes or 3 little
Is it a
scenes.
sitcom?
No.
Sitcom.
It's just basically the beginning where it talks about the Salem kind of thing.
I was just
So-
joking. I didn't think it was a sitcom. Sitcom.
So it was back in 1693 in Salem, Massachusetts, where they started doing the witch trials. Right? So you see her being captured, and at first you think, who are these people? She's going to get trial by these people. And
Well, it was witches, yeah.
yeah.
Because we all knew it was Agatha all along. At least I did.
Yeah, and then we find out that no, it's the coven that tried to take her out. So it was quite interesting that we find out where she gets her brooch from, and that brooch was from her mother.
Yes. So she was. I was amazed at how powerful she was to take out all those other witches and her mom. Like, wow. But you could see in one point where she went like, where something helped her out. Another entity helped her out. So it could be the entity that she's serving, because we found out that Agatha is. So diving into the episode, let's go. I like to go character by character here. Okay. So we're started talking about Agatha. So let's talk about her a little bit more. And the actress, Catherine Hahn. Again, I keep praising her because her acting is amazing. She definitely get an award. We don't watch the award, so I don't know what award she would get.
Emmys.
It would be an Emmy. She should get an Emmy for her job on this show. Also, Elizabeth Olsen's amazing. Wow, way to put your sisters to shame, right? Great acting in there. Man, it was amazing. So anyway, but back to Agatha Harkness. So it was Agatha all along. She's been taking care of all the behind the scenes nuttery and evilness. And we find that I thought that maybe Scarlet Witch and her were going to work together. But we see that that is not the case.
No.
We see that she is they're gonna battle each other here.
Yeah.
Probably next episode, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Which should be pretty spectacular.
And it seemed like that she came to Westview because she felt Wanda's powers. And she's wondering how she created this world without even thinking about it, really. It's like...
We were wondering about that all along.
So
Agatha all along. And then we have her rabbit as well, Senior Scratchy.
Yeah.
And she has a son, something Scratch. And I should have wrote down the name. Nicholas Scratch. Good job. There you go. And she talks. The rabbit says something to her in this episode too, and she says, "Oh, blah 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 blah." I can't remember what she says. And of course, she feeds the rabbit the bug there.
Yeah,
from a bird
gross.
to a bug.
A lot of people were saying that kind of reminded them of Silence of the Lambs, like going into like the dungeon part of it with all the bugs.
Oh yeah,
remember the butterflies and stuff like that. But there wasn't.
Creepy.
It wasn't a whole bunch.
We found out what it was. What didn't we? Found out that it was her coven. Her
lair.
Her lair. Yeah. And she had all those symbols were her safety symbols. So one really stupid. One really nutty thing, clickbait thing that I saw on the internet on YouTube was somebody saying that there was a Magneto full appearance or full like thing there, and it was one of the safety things that Agatha had of the symbols. That's not Magneto. That was a safety thing. Like, come on. Oh, I'm gonna go over another clickbait one that we saw that's just ridiculous. But
I got that.
I'm not gonna say who the owner of these YouTube videos are, but I'm just gonna point out that some of this clickbait, man, was really offends me as a Marvelite, as a super fan, right?
Yeah, they stretch it a little bit.
Oh, they just clickbait, and it's ridiculous, some of this stuff. I feel bad for some of the people that aren't quite in the know and are trying to learn what's going on or getting sidetracked by these clickbait things. All right, so you get the real story from us. Yeah. Here, yes. Okay, so Agatha, so she's evil and she's awesome. Wow, and her so she's out now. Like, she's outed herself as the big witch. Great to finally meet you, she says to I want to call her the Scarlet Witch now.
Yes.
To Wanda. So she's so evil, like Agatha Harkness. I still think somebody's working above her.
Yes.
Who do you think it is?
Well, somebody I think needs the power for, like, to drain their powers and become. Because I think she wants to become more powerful, and she wants to know how Wanda created this huge hex, so that she obviously going to bring in something.
And we'll get to that when we talk about Wanda.
I mean, there's so many holes still.
Yeah, it's too much to put together. And imagine if the last episode was like an hour and a half long.
Oh wow!
Like it was the length of a movie or something.
They haven't really been an hour yet. I think they've been up to 40 minutes, or one one's been an hour.
Credits are really long on them. They really do all those out. That's funny. But we get hidden scenes now, which is great as well. This hidden scene, we'll talk about that later as well. So Agatha Harkness is awesome. It's Agatha all along. Her acting is fantabulous. Her character's great. Somebody else is definitely above her. T'Challa, I believe was his name, or I forget his name now. But there's another demon that's been thrown into the mix. So I think it'd be cool if it was a bunch of demons together. If it was, like, as I mentioned, it was a group of demons, different ones that were kind of pulling the strings here and working the way around. So Agatha Harkness, who is she working for? Who's the bunny? What's the bunny's tie-in?
Yeah, we don't know yet.
and we found out that she was controlling Pietro, but that was actually Pietro and she had a word for it from
Crystal,
but the spell that brought Pietro in, and I need to look that up because maybe that explains. Maybe that's taking somebody from another dimension or something, right? Yeah. So I'm hoping he stays around. Love the character. We'll see what happens with that. We'll talk about Pietro. Well, we can't. There's not much. He wasn't in this actually, so that's probably all we're going to talk about. Quicksilver Pietro. Oh no, we got sitcom.
Oh yeah,
we've got little Pietro. I love that. Oh yeah, when he gets little. Okay, so we'll talk more about Pietro. So who should we talk about next?
Well, I got the parents in here too because I got there's now. Are these really?
Are we switching though? Because we're talking about Agatha Harkness. What are we talking about now? Here?
I thought we were talking about this.
About Agatha?
Oh, I thought we were done because you're saying.
Yeah, we are. So as I say, so what are we talking about next?
I was going to talk about how the trip through.
Well, let's take characters first.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So who do we got next here? Let's talk about.
Well, because all we really saw was Wanda's breakdown through this episode.
The kids are in there a bit though, and so the kids are capped. Let's go to the kids because we didn't see them much.
No.
We saw they're captive, and man, they're like.
Then like puppet
scary.
strings.
Oh,
Do they
yeah.
not look like puppet strings?
Like puppets, yep.
And
in the comic book, they were on that guy's hands.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "It's really cool."
so we still don't know what the reason why that Agnes or
Agatha?
Agatha is doing this. I don't know. She's just like trying to find some power.
Yes,
And
for someone.
to get it out of
There's got to
Wanda.
be even more of a plot behind this. You know what I mean? It can't just be Agatha. There's got to be more behind it. Yeah. So the kids are taken hostage. We're not sure what the end deal with the kids is. Holy cow! There's so
Like,
many
are they
questions.
alive?
Well, that's what Monica said. Or Monica Rambeau said, "No, the kids are real, right?"
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we'll see what goes on with that.
Because like with Vision,
Mhm.
Once he came out of the hex, he was
We'll talk
broken
about
up.
Vision in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Vision next. Then go ahead.
Oh, the Vision. Oh, okay. Well, here we can see that one part where we actually find out what really happened with Wanda and Vision when she went to Sword. And I got a few pictures of that on here. So here she is like coming in. She's like, where's Vision's body? She wants to bury him. She loved him.
Mhm.
Like, even though he was a robot, like she was
Sits
like,
like-
like this is, and then she sees him, what they're doing to him. They're ripping him apart. Like
Hayward showed
that's-
them.
that's
Hayward,
really dramatic.
Hayward's such a douchebag. He made a point of showing her, right? Like he's like the new government douchebag for sure. And again, somebody called that on the podcast. I don't know who that was. But he is the new government douchebag, and he lied to everybody, saying that Wanda took Vision, and it looked like she didn't take him at all. She, she went over his noggin there, like she did in the other ones, and Wanda, I'm not feeling well. I can't do the accent. Tell me what you feel, and she goes, I just feel you. She couldn't feel anything there, so she was really sad.
Yeah.
And again, as it was predicted in one of our other podcasts by some dude. Despair, like all this despair, and they talked about it with poor Vision being involved in there, and they showed some really nice scenes with Vision and Wanda, which was nice.
Yes.
Really cool. And then, so anything else about Vision you want to talk about until we before we get to the spoiler at the end?
Yeah. Well, no, because like really, it was all her downfall. This why she created this world. And this is what you see. Like, it's heartbreaking to see her go through so much, like trauma.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically what Agatha said. Oh, you got so much trauma that you're going to be years in therapy.
Very, very akin to how Magneto's powers were brought to fruition.
Yeah.
Was by having Sebastian Shaw. First his parents being taken from him, and then later Sebastian Shaw shooting Magneto's mother in front of him, and him just the rage coming out of him. It was so similar. It was wicked. Bring on Magneto. We want Magneto. Yeah. All the Marvelites, all us comic fans, we want to see Magneto come in and be the father. It's got to happen.
So, and that was you can see that from Days of Futures Past, X-Men.
Which
with Sebastian.
The
that
Hellfire. Was First Class.
Oh, First Class. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So if you want to see a little bit of history of like Wanda's dad.
Yeah, Magneto. Hopefully we'll go that route. You never know what.
Because we don't know. It's so weird because like I did have those pictures of her parents that I took from the show, and obviously it's not Magneto.
No, but you never know what they're gonna do, or if they're adopted parents, or what the heck, Yeah. There's so much that could happen, but they're pulling the Magneto from the other multiverse, from the other time stream is pretty rad too. Yes. Which it just probably, seeing Quicksilver in there is very with the X-Men's timeline. Quicksilver in there is
Peter Evans character.
Yeah. Seth from Phil of the Future.
Yeah, you guys remember Phil of the Future?
Phil.
20th century man.
Yeah, I forgot the words. But
it was Phil.
Yeah, sitcom. Yeah. Okay, so
and then with her being like as a child living in war and trying to act normal, and that was the only normalcy that she had was watching TV shows, sitcoms. Like
that's my new one-liner from the show. I always get a one-liner from the show.
Yeah, so it was really sad for her. You know what I mean? And I don't think that was her real parents either. So.
No,
I don't know what the whole story is in there, and then her and Pietro decided to join. Well, they didn't know it at the time, but it was Hydra.
Yeah, well, they just wanted to get power so they could fight back and get the Avengers, right? Get Tony Stark.
Yes.
For the Stark bomb. Okay, so
let me show you what I have for this.
What could it be? Oh, this is ridiculous. This is great. Sorry, this is great. Look at her fingers.
Yeah. So a lot of people thought that this was. For some reason,
a lot of people know that was just that. This goes to another YouTube page. where somebody was saying this was the Phoenix. What the hell is wrong with you? Stop leading people in the wrong direction. It's not the Phoenix. It's Scarlet Witch. She's got her hands going like doing her spells like she does. The chaos magic
mask thing. You know, I think it was just because the Tesseract came towards her and was attracted to her.
That was such a scene.
You know what I mean? And then she saw herself. And it was telling her,
see Vision's
this is what you
face after when it exploded a bit, maybe? I don't know.
No, before the stone exploded. Because it turned to yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And then it exploded. And it was like, that's.
And then Phoenix showed up.
Yeah.
What the F, man?
Phoenix did not show up.
All right. You know, that is so stupid that I should have looked down. And it's probably the same person that said the other one that ticked me off there. I'm forgetting about now.
Oh, okay.
There was another one that at the beginning there that I didn't like that somebody said, oh, yeah, about the Magneto things. Oh, here's the Magneto symbolism. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah. Well, I think people just really want.
No, they want. Some people are clickbait.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Some people who make videos do clickbait.
Oh, that too.
Don't skip the ads. Skip our ads. Have a drink, skip the ads. Okay, so anyway, that scene when they went back in time. So first they went to when they were kids, and we found out that Wanda actually saved them from the Stark bomb.
Yes,
she
used a hex.
She put a probability hex on it, right? Yeah. And she saved them from, which is really, really cool. Other people were wondering if maybe Magneto was on the scene and did that, which is neat too. But no, so she did it herself. She's super powerful. I said this from the beginning. This is great,
She's
Marvel.
A natural witch.
Yeah, like instead of making like altering characters that are already out there that are male to making them female, dive into your strong diversity of female characters that you already have. Wanda is an amazing example of that. And Agatha Harkness, way to go to change her. And again, high five to Catherine Hahn to making that character come to life.
Yeah.
Fantastic work. Like this is what you do, Marvel. This is it. Don't mess with my heroes that I had when I was a kid and change them around to suit everybody. Please. You don't need to do that.
No.
You don't need to. There's so many female characters out there that you can already use that are very powerful. Get them in there. Use them. Use them. Okay, so after the kid, any more about the kids scene? Well, we found out all about the videos.
Yeah, the videos. She watched Malcolm in the Middle. She watched.
Well, that was later. She watched Malcolm in the Middle, but it was.
No, it was actually in the suitcase.
No, but when they were watching videos, they watched the Dick Van Dyke one, and you were one about the walnuts. I don't know if the walnut has a. Yeah. a significance.
No, I think that episode when I looked at it was it ended up being all a dream in the end.
Oh, so
and that was her.
Right,
that was her saying, "This is just a dream."
Oh yeah.
This is
good connection.
You know what I mean? So I think
and that's what brought her power on, and then she did her deal.
Yeah, she made her hex.
Wow.
Because she was trying to protect her and her brother.
Yeah, so she reached in and pulled the stress, right, is what brings the power of mutants out.
Yeah. Which is terrible,
It is, but that's the way it is.
In the making for someone, you have to have a really traumatic life.
Yeah, so I guess if we had any powers, maybe they're got enough stress with that. Anyway,
I don't know.
Maybe I do have. Maybe I do have powers already. Did that do anything to you?
No.
How about that? Seed come. Yeah, that one worked. Okay, so now after they were children, we went on to the part where they were.
Hydra.
Yeah. Oh, this is when she touched the stone. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
Which was wild. That was a really good scene. I like that.
They couldn't figure it out too because they were watching her, and she was standing, and all of a sudden she fell. So they couldn't see what she was experiencing with the stone.
Yeah, the scene cut, and when they showed the tape back when Hydra was watching it. The time stayed the same. I was looking for a time cut because maybe she cut that time out or something, but there was no.
Now, do you think it's like kind of related to how she does her TV shows? Because if you can remember when Darcy was watching, I think it was episode 2.
Yeah, was that her or was that Agatha?
Yeah, Dottie would like cut herself on the glass and then cut. I don't know. So I don't know
because it was Agatha all along.
No. Back then though. No,
yeah,
she's just starting.
What do you mean back
then?
She was there from the beginning, wasn't she?
No,
doing it all.
Not from like when she was at Hydra.
Oh no! Oh no! Wait! You got me confused there with something else. Then.
Yeah, no, because like when the experimental people were watching her, Wanda, and she was standing there, and then she's on the floor.
Oh right! I'm sorry.
So it was like cut out.
I thought you were talking about the later ones when that happened.
No.
Yeah, so I guess that's a good point. That she would have been controlling the pauses and the stops and starts all along.
Yeah.
So she could do that in her life all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like somehow stop time for everybody else but herself. Like Xavier can do that.
Yeah.
He can pause people.
He can do a lot of Xavier can do a lot of things.
I don't know if she could do the same thing, She's
a witch. Her power, she has the chaos magic, so in the comic book she was always afraid to do big hexes because she was afraid she would lose control of it. because her power was so strong, which is really rad.
Right.
So you take a witch and a mutant together, and that's what you get.
Craziness.
And we got the name Scarlet Witch at the end as well. They gave us the name. So where we're talking, so we're at
Hydra.
Okay, and then
The next one is when they're at the compound.
Yeah, Avengers Mansion.
Compound.
And what a rad room. Did anybody else really dig that room?
Yeah.
There it is there. I love that. Look at that. I know it's a little cold, but I don't know. I really like that.
Yeah, so we're basically almost up to date because we're getting closer and closer. So this was actually happening apparently when he was supposed to be watching her during Civil War.
Oh, is that when it is? Or it's, yeah, I guess she would be keeping an eye on her. Here.
Yeah, because remember she wanted to go and help, but he's like, oh, no, you can't leave.
Yeah.
And that was in Civil War, right? No, or Age of Ultron.
No, we were just watching Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron's before that's where she just comes to play.
Yeah. So, and then he has a moment there, and it's really, he said something along the lines about, basically you have to have grief in order to have love, to experience love. Mm-hmm. So, it was just a really nice moment between the two.
Yeah, it was good.
And
Synthesoid love.
Yeah,
Synthesoid love.
and it's just so crazy because she loves this robot. And he's like Synthesoid, sorry, Synthesoid, and I guess that breaks the barriers of what's happening.
It's a new kind of romance, isn't it?
Some people are actually getting synthesoids or dolls.
Yeah, and people are very sensitive about like having relationships with anything you want. So everybody should be fine with this.
Anyway, so that's
I saw a guy that married his sex doll kind of thing. Like I was talking about that kind of stuff, right? Or things like that. Yeah, it's getting weirder out there and stuff. But you like that? I guess that's such a thing. Okay, so Avengers Compound. Yeah, that was just a nice moment.
Yeah, and it's just showing again
her despair.
Yeah, because
that's somebody else. I called that. Boom. Like she said it exactly like we called it on the podcast.
Yeah, because I guess it's like you've lost your parents, you've lost your brother, you've lost now Vision. Yeah. What else you got left?
Nothing. Explosion, and that's when she tapped into her huge power, which is great. And that's so Magneto-like. So come on, bring on Eric. Let's see some Magneto. He's my favorite Marvel character. I just love Magneto.
Well, yeah.
A little more Magneto, a little less Professor Xavier. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so what do we got? So then after that, and then that, and
then she goes
to Shield, right?
Yeah, well, Sword.
Or Sword. She goes to Sword.
Yeah.
And then breaks in there. And as we mentioned before, Hayward, he just taunts her. He's such a dick.
And he has an alternative motive because I'm pretty sure he set this up for her.
Oh, he's trying to crank her up. Everybody's trying to crank Wanda up, huh?
Yeah.
Because
he knew that he needed her power to activate.
He had the idea anyway, right? Yeah. So he's trying to crank her up or get her. He just hates superheroes, and he doesn't like the people who were blipped because he thought they're so easy for you people who were snapped away. You come back and everything's just you just jump right back in. Oh, he's got a huge chip on his shoulder, so he doesn't. But it's bringing in that whole anti-mutant thing too, right? I could totally see him hooking up with Oliver Trask. Who is the guy that creates the Sentinels. He was played by David Dinklage, I think is his name.
Peter
Dinklage?
Yeah.
Sorry, Peter. Dave, I got Peter Dinklage. That just goes together.
Yeah.
It's not David Dinklage. It's Peter Dinklage. So he played the guy that created the Sentinels in the X-Men movie. So
and that was Days of Future Past.
That was Days of Future Past. Yeah, that's good.
I like that one. I like those retro ones.
They were good. They just popped around with different kind of timelines and
except for the Phoenix. But
they messed up Cyclops so badly too. Have you yet to see a good Cyclops? Okay, we're getting off track. Holy cow, the X-Men. That's like a whole other story is the X-Men here, right? Yeah. Wow, hopefully that's where we're heading though with all of this.
Well,
okay.
I think so.
So we are at
Sword. She sees Vision being
but it's
ripped
just
apart.
sad that she didn't feel him inside there anymore like we mentioned. Yeah. So she took off.
She didn't. She didn't take the body like Hayward told everybody else that she came in and stole the body.
She didn't.
So,
he's a douche.
She goes
He's
back.
the guy you just love to hate. You just want to see something bad happen to him and nothing ever does, right?
It's protected by the government.
There's so many other ideas I have for this guy. So
she leaves and this is what she finds in her car.
Oh, this is awesome too.
So and I'm like, what the heck is that? Because at first I didn't understand what was and who would leave that in the car. Mm-hmm. Like I thought maybe a secret message. And then we find out that she's driving and it's a plot location that Vision had bought for her to grow old in.
Isn't that nice?
That's so.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was so sad though.
Cool.
And at the same time, like obviously he's not going to grow old because he's a synthesoid, but he had that feeling like let's be.
It was
together.
all for Wanda, yeah.
It was all for Wanda, and that's why she broke down at that moment, and she's just like,
boom,
boom, yeah.
And she created
just,
him, right? Like you see the yellow power coming out to create Vision. Like she got twisted right backward, like something out of a horror movie, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody, like they have the people walking down the stairs or the way they twist around you, like right back. That was really cool.
And like, is she
saw a crack in my ceiling that I didn't notice before?
Oh no,
just notice that. Oh, sorry, folks. There we go. The things you notice when you look at your ceiling.
So you know how she spewed out yellow to create Vision. Yeah. So is she somehow connected to the Mind Stone?
So there's so many questions. Like, okay, so we got to hit questions when we're done. So are we done with the whole episode? What are we missing? So Vision is. Oh no, we got our Vision at the end. So she went to find Vision.
Yeah.
She found out that there was no connection in there anymore. So she left. Found the deed.
Yep.
Cracked open her world.
Yep. In Westview. Which
was kind of a crappy little town. Everybody was sad. Well, they didn't look very happy. I don't know if they'll appreciate stuff now, right? Now that, since they were mind controlled and mind warped like that.
Well, yeah, I think driving through it, she was like, man, this town needs some fixing up. I mean, why didn't I just fix everything?
She was curious too, like, why am I here?
Yeah. So it was like her trying to fix not just herself, I think the people that were in that, like it looked like a slummy kind of town almost. Yeah,
so it's funny to see some of the people there that were under the hex, walking around, putting up piano lessons and sitting out front of cafes and stuff. That was cool. So you get a lot of background, which is great. Everything makes sense. Everybody's freaking out during the first 2 episodes. Oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Help me! And it's all making sense now. It's so much fun to go back and watch them all and binge watch them.
Have you guys ever been watched these in like huge sections? I think we do like almost weekly.
We do it. Yeah, we binge watch them. I like doing that. Or we take 3 at a time, so it's like a movie kind of thing, which is a lot of fun, right?
Once each episode is revealed, you have to go back and watch it to understand the connection to them all. Like
find more.
Yeah, you find more because it's like,
this is just for Marvel fans and superhero fans. This is just like an Easter egg festival. There's so many in there. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah, and so going to the hidden scene, you can see back there. I'm trying to point to. Yeah, I did right there. That is helping the value of that comic. So that's the one thing about a lot of these TV shows and movies. They add value to your comics. So you may want to go back and look at some of the comics that you have in there if you're a collector, or even if you used to buy them when you were a kid and you thought, maybe these will be worth some money someday. Some of them probably are now. Okay, so the hidden track, as I like to call it, like back in the day when you have a hidden track on your CD, we get Hayward just being the douche McDouche. So we've got another Vision.
Yep.
We've got the Ghost Vision type thing, the real Vision, just like in the comic book. And this, my wife brought up a funny point, and I didn't really think about this. How Paul Bettany was saying there's a fantastic actor coming on that he's going to be working with in the last episode that he's never worked with before. And if it's Vision fighting Vision, then he's talking about working with himself.
Yes.
I didn't even think about that. That was all you. That was a good one. I like that. That was clever. Good job. Yeah, I like that. So maybe that's what the actor he's talking about.
Could be.
Man, imagine if they leave this at like the hugest cliffhanger ever and we don't get anything answered.
Yeah, that we'd have to watch Doctor Strange in order. And like we still don't even know how he's going to get involved because I think there's so many holes right now.
He's got to come in to try and help with Agatha Harkness and whoever. I think because if maybe Wanda can handle Agatha, the super baddie Bigger is going to come in, and then Doctor Strange is going to have to fight him, which will spill into the Doctor Strange movie, which is a really, really good one. And the other thing that we're still missing is who the heck was Jimmy Woo go there for the witness protection plan in the first place? Yeah,
there was a missing persons that he was looking for.
And it was in the witness protection program that they had for the FBI or whatever he was. And who is that?
Yeah, we don't know.
Is it Simon Williams? Is it Wonder Man? Is it I don't know. Like who could...
and could it be someone that has been one of the characters like
that we've
Vision,
seen?
Yeah, like Vision works with that guy who's like he pulls him out sometimes. He's like, oh my God, I gotta call my sister. My husband or my dad's sick and she's taking care of him. I can't remember his name now, but he's like his coworker.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? It's gotta be something subtle hints that they have in there. So I don't know. It's gonna have so much to wrap up in this last episode. It's like or like you said, they might leave it. They can leave a lot of holes just for the Doctor.
We still need to find out what they have to do with the kids. We need to find out
who Mr. Scratchy is.
Mr. Scratchy is.
Ralph?
We need to find out about Ralph. I think we're going to get a Ralph. I think somebody's going to Ralph this next episode.
Oh, yeah?
Which I'm really looking forward to. And then, oh, man. So, and then they keep saying Bad Dream was dropped a few times in this episode.
Yes, yeah.
Nightmare.
Mhm.
So is Nightmare still coming? Like, I think it'd be great if it was Nightmare and a group of others.
Yeah,
They were plotting to
maybe.
take over like more than just Earth, like the universe kind of thing.
Which would make sense because they need more villains, right? To introduce more villains into the universe, the new universe.
Well, there's
right?
always the sub villains, right? Because we had Loki, we had Ultron, we had some stuff in the Guardians that were in there, right? We had I'm just
Thanos.
blanking on his name. Oh, Thanos was well, they were all working for Thanos though.
Yeah.
Right? And Ronan, Ronan.
Mhm.
He was great. I really liked Ronan. He was one of the other ones that were underneath him trying to do things like that. And so it worked. It was awesome. Loved it. Okay, so I think we're up to date on WandaVision 8. We've got tons of questions, of course. Thanks for tuning in with us. We really appreciate it. Throw us a like and a subscribe if you can. This is kind of early for me. 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
This is kind of early for me, but this is great. I like talking. We were going to do it last night, but we just got humming and hawing about stuff and ended up just promoting it a little bit and doing it today.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, again, we want to thank Blue Mics, right?
Yes.
They're helping your world.
Blue.
Blue Mic. Good stuff.
The Yeti X. Yeti X.
The Yeti is real. It's right here. This is my wife, Lonnie. She's the producer of the whole network here.
Mhm.
And I'm Chris Machete. Brent's not here, but we will be seeing him on Tuesday. We're doing, I think we're going to go back and talk about the Oshawa indie music scene. I know we have a good friend of mine, Chris Boneless. He's going to be on the program. And today's Sunday.
Yes.
So tomorrow is Machete Music.
Mhm.
Tomorrow night. So we have our
Learning
guitar.
some guitar.
Yeah, I got our guitar in tomorrow night. Sorry, man, it's early in the morning. My eyes are still gucked up. There you go. Yes, we've got our guitar tomorrow night on the network. So drop us a line, talk to us. If you have anything you want us to discuss or any songs you want me to do, or if there's anything you want us to talk about on here, or any guests, just we love chatting.
Yeah.
Also like and subscribe, you know. It's been great hanging out with you folks. Talking about WandaVision. We love WandaVision, right, Lonnie?
Yes. And then after WandaVision is going to be Winter Soldier. So I'm wondering if they're going to do the same thing by adding tons of Easter eggs as well. I don't know. Like, I know it's going to be
People
more
love it.
serious and it's going to be more action packed, obviously.
They
Like,
should be doing what they should be doing is
Yeah.
doing a Marvel show, a Star Wars show, a Marvel show, a Star Wars show. That's what Disney should be doing.
Well, when is the next Star Wars show?
I don't know.
coming
I
out?
think it's Boba Fett, isn't it? Or is it Ahsoka?
I don't know.
See, I don't even
and I'm
know.
still waiting for Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan too.
I
as
really
well.
want to see that.
Well, that'll be great.
'cause,
Okay, we're getting off track again.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
We're derailing, but that's okay. We do that. But anyway, I'm Chris. This is Lonnie. Good
Yep.
times.
Make sure you follow us, subscribe,
Yeah.
and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Good times are at dudes.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting.
I just got to figure out where my mouse is.
Sitcom.
Sitcom.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have some fun.
Bye.
Bye.